Hi guys, welcome back to our urban homestead. My name is Chelsea, and I thought we would talk a little bit about seeds, what zone I'm in, when I can start to grow, which is not soon enough if you ask me, and just the different types of things that I will be growing this year. So seed season is go time for me. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite time of the year. Yes, it is a lot of work and a lot of time, but for me personally, I feel that the reward is so worth it. So I can't even tell you what zone I'm in because I feel like the zones change like literally daily. Today I'm in zone 5B, and my last frost date is going to be supposedly May 7th. Now I say supposedly because last year my last frost date was like May 10th, and it was not the last frost date. And I got super happy-go-lucky because, you know, COVID and quarantine. I put out everything. I was like, I'm going for it. Mother's Day weekend, I am going for it. I planted everything in the ground that I had started, and I lost probably 30 tomato plants. And I was devastated. Like, oh, it broke my heart. Because I don't buy starts from big box stores or anything like that. I have a very large seed collection, and I that's just how I've always done it. I do it from seeds, and yeah, losing those tomato plants was really devastating. So that being said, this year, our last frost is supposed to be May the 7th. I probably won't plant anything out until, easily a week and a half after that. I'm gonna be watching that 10-day forecast like a hawk, looking at my chickens, honey. That's all I'm gonna do is watch the weather because I cannot wait. I just want to start my seeds, and I can't. Okay, so let's get into some of the stuff I'm going to be growing. I love growing tomatoes. Tomatoes and peppers are by far my favorite things to grow, and I'm pretty good at it. I get huge harvests. I love being out there pruning them, and like the smell that your hands have, and I love the tomato tar on my fingers, and I personally love growing tomatoes. It's one of my all-time favorite things to grow, and I preserve a lot of them, so I feel like maybe that's why I have such an affinity towards them. But I definitely love them. So the first kind that I am going to plant this year, let me move all, I have a table over here, and I have like my planner and a couple other like worksheet books because I am definitely a planner. All right, so the first couple kinds that I'm gonna grow, I got these from M.I. Gardner. I am so excited about this one. The giant crimson tomato. So I'm gonna plant all 10 of these. Those are for sure, they're going, all 10 of them. I'm gonna do some tomatillos this year as well because I would like to do some salsa verde this year. I typically don't make salsa verde. I make all of my own like red salsa. I don't typically do salsa verde. So I'm gonna grow 4 tomatillo plants. I might grow a couple extra because I do have the space in the backyard as well. And like I said, these ones are all ones that I had just bought from M.I. Gardener. I typically do not buy seeds. I either save my seeds or I swap seeds with garden friends. And I contribute seeds to our seed library here, so I'm able to get some if I give some, which is always nice. If you have a seed library, typically your local libraries do have that, so definitely check into that. The next one I'm gonna do is the Manitoba. This is a determinate tomato. I guess it's like an early producer and is pretty good for cold climates, which in 5B or 5A today, I definitely have. So I'm gonna be doing some of these as well. Then the vintage wine tomato. April jokes and says, I'm only growing the vintage wine because I like wine. Which, I mean, she's not wrong. But I just thought, like, the picture looks so beautiful of the tomato. And I've seen people grow these, and they actually do look like the picture. And they were from M.I. Gardener. So I'm super excited about these. I'll be growing some of these. And I'm gonna try some ground cherries. I'm gonna try these I'll probably do one plant. I've never grown these before, and I've heard that they get like really bushy and they can spread out a lot. So I'm torn between doing one in the front garden and then maybe another one in a pot, and we'll see how that goes. All right, now these are on to some of the seeds that I saved from last year. This is a Rutgers tomato. I'll be doing some of those. Cherokee purple. I love these. They're so beautiful to grow. Stunning, actually. I love them. Some beefsteaks. You know, your classic tomato. So this tomato, I am so bad at when I save seeds. I am very bad at labeling. It's a miracle that I labeled the ones that I did because I'm horrible at it. So this tomato is no clue what. So we'll see, but I'm gonna grow it. I probably have a good 50 seeds here in this paper towel. Aromas. See, here we go again. Horrible. Pineapple, tomato, question mark. I'm terrible. And some Amish paste. I also found one orange accordion tomato seed that my dear friend Rachel, her and I swapped seeds last year. And they were some of the ones that I had lost because I gotten like overzealous and put my tomatoes out too freaking early. So I have one lonely orange accordion tomato that will go in the garden as well. So those are the varieties of tomatoes I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna grow probably between 5 and 10 of each variety. Except for the giant crimson. gonna grow as many of these as possible. And I will definitely be taking the suckers off of those and rooting them and planting them anywhere that I have space, just so I can get the seeds and repopulate with those seeds.
Can I plant some of your seeds?
I don't want the dogs in here. My wife is terrible, y'all. I can't even. All right, on to,
Come on, sir.
Sir, go on.
She doesn't love you.
I love my dogs.
Can I plant this seed?
Yes.
This one right here?
Yep.
Honey! I love you.
I love you too. All right, I think these are squashes. Yeah, squash and beans and cucumbers. So I'm gonna do some straight neck squash, some of the delicata squash. This was also from my friend Rachel, and my wife April does not. She is not a fan of squash, but she absolutely loved these. So I'm growing them again this year because I thought they were delicious. Rachel described them to me as a sweet potato squash, and she's absolutely right. They definitely taste like sweet potato. I had actually even given them to one of my neighbors, and she loved them. So those are definitely gonna be like an every year thing in my garden. Acorn squash, because I love acorn squash. I got some blue Hubbard squash from a farmer's market, but I don't know, like why is the coating blue? If anyone can tell me why, I would appreciate that, because I'm not used to, this is not a seed that I saved, obviously. So I don't know, like why are the seeds blue? It's obviously not natural. It's like a blue silvery coating on it, and I would love to know why. So please comment below and tell me. But I'm gonna try to grow some blue Hubbards because I love blue Hubbard squash. Not only is it delicious to eat, but they're super pretty to decorate with. Some Black Beauty zucchini, some sugar pie pumpkins, Chicago pickling cucumbers. These will always go in my garden. I probably won't grow slicers this year just because you can always slice a pickling cucumber and put it on your salad. But you can't really pickle a slicer. I don't know if that makes sense. But you just, I mean, you can. It just doesn't turn out as well in my opinion or experience. The trusty jalapeno. I need lots of that for my salsa. Some pulled green beans. Keystone Giant. These are bell peppers. California Wonder bell peppers. Chili peppers, love, 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 love these. And I'm also gonna do some more eggplant. My eggplant did really good last year. This year I'm gonna try them in I got some straw bales out in the front yard garden, and I'm gonna try to do some like root stout method, and I'm gonna try to grow some eggplant in those. So we will see how that turns out. So this is gonna be the flower section of my front yard garden. I'm gonna have along one whole side nothing but flowers and not only pretty flowers but medicinal herbs and medicinal flowers. So that's what we're getting into now. Here's a couple from M.I. Gardner. Marshmallow. I am moving the marshmallow from where I had them to the front yard. So I want both, because these will reseed and you'll never have to plant these again. And they are gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. And you can use the flowers in tea, you can extract the root, use that in tea as well, or you can make an extract for baking. And I mean, that is like where the name, like the little, you know, the marshmallow, it came from this. And the root, if you make an extract out of that, will taste identical to that. Some hyssop. I already have some in the front yard, but I'm gonna grow some more because this attracted so many pollinators last year. And it's also really good for teas. You can pick the flowers off, dry those, put them in your tea. They have a lot of, just a lot of health benefits, just like the marshmallow root does. These are some mammoth sunflower seeds from last year's harvest. Some cutting sunflowers. I had quite a few volunteer sunflowers in a part of my yard that I only have like rose bushes, but I still let it do its thing, and it got, oh geez, easily 10 or 12 foot tall of like just they're beautiful cutting sunflowers. So I harvested the seeds from those, and I'll be planting those again. Some marigolds. I did not get too many marigold seeds this year, but this should be a pretty decent amount to just scatter around the garden. And these, I don't know what, I'm pretty sure these are like a mammoth marigold or something. I've never heard of a mammoth marigold, but these things were like as big as mums, like huge, just giant bushes. Beautiful. Some echinacea. These always go in my garden. Health benefits and pollinators, and they're beautiful to look at. So those always will be in my garden. Got a big old bag of nasturtiums here. These will also always be in my garden. Now this is just a mix. I did not like separate or label these individually from the different varieties that I had last year. These are amazing. You can eat literally every part of the plant. They are so good. And I mean, they're beautiful. And I've heard they keep pests away. I don't necessarily know about that. I did not have a lot of pests in my garden this past year though. Giant striped sunflower. and lemon balm, which is another thing that I got from Rachel last year. So these will be all in the flower section of the front yard garden. And I'm sure I'll put like some calendula and chamomile, because I always have chamomile. Now on to the herbs. So these herbs I'm just gonna do in my green stock. I already do have several herbs in the front raised bed, like kind of at each corner. And those are gonna come back every year because I mulch them quite heavily. And because they're in a raised bed, it's not like they're in the ground frozen. So all of these I'm gonna do in my green stock planter, which is what I did last year, but then I ended up transferring them and they just got like humongous. And yeah, so these are just gonna be green stock planter herbs. Got some oregano, mammoth dill. So I will use this for like my making pickles and that sort of thing. This will not be like seasoning dill because these get those big massive heads of dill, like big massive flowers or fronds, is that what they're called? Basil, thyme, rosemary, parsley, sage, all your usual suspects. And then some fern leaf dill, and that is the kind that you can cook with. It has those like nice little feathery fronds on them. Chives, and one of my favorites, cilantro. Gotta have the cilantro, honey. And so those are the herbs. And that is all I have planned so far. I still have this bag to go through, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has 8 bags in it, and these are all undecided. So I haven't decided what I'm doing with those, but these are all definitely going in my garden this year. I am about 8 weeks away. That sounds so long. Oh, I'm about 8 weeks away from, well, no, I don't think it's that long. I know in February, let me look at my planner. I know in February I can start my herbs. Oh, no. In February I get to cold stratify my hyssop and my marshmallow. Is it March? Maybe I can start the herbs. This is why I have a planner. For one, the stroke has really made my brain crap. Oh no, I can plant herbs at the end of February. So that's exciting. And then in March, I get to start my eggplants, peppers, tomatoes, things like that. So I'm so looking forward to the next few months. I wish the season was over with already. Like I said, that's what I'm growing so far. I have that big bag that I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm doing. Let me know what you're growing down in the comments, or if you have any questions. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm an expert on tomatoes or peppers, but they're kind of my thing. So, thanks for watching. Drop me a comment, tell me what you're growing, give me a like, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, and until next time, my friends, I will see you later. Bye-bye.